I kind of do expect them to roll out in a somewhat standard comp. Both teams here, yeah. I don't know. What do you think about it?
Well, I think it's interesting you bring that up because, like I said, one of the things that I'm interested to see these teams are going to set the tempo here, right? Mm-hmm. These are the compositions we're going to see from these players here, right? What are we going to really expect to see? I think this is less about what we're predicting from them and more about what they're going to set the baseline. Because when you load into a match for the first time, you don't really have a ton of footage on the teams, right? You don't really know what you're going to go up against, so you're often going to expect these teams to play what's comfortable to them, and then you go from there. So I think what we're going to see here on this first fight, at least, is we're probably going to see players go to their comfort picks, what they've kind of been practicing, and then from there, then there'll be evolutions throughout. But, map number 1 is Lighthouse, assembling heroes right away. We're going to get a quick look at what these teams are playing, and at least for Carleton Ravens, just to see Ravens Black here, it's looking pretty standard.
Yeah, very standard from the Ravens, but interesting. Okay, there you go. I wonder if they are going to swap off that Rein Zarya.
I mean, we have seen in a couple blocks recently where Rein Zarya is played a ton. If you're familiar with the Tier 3 Overwatch scene in Open Division, teams have been playing the Rein Zarya a bit, and it's been a little bit odd. But we'll see how it goes out from there. We are starting right away. It is Lighthouse. CU Ravens Black versus Blizzkill, rolling out. The Doomfist coming over the top. Blizzkill coming on through. And I think that's going to be, I think it might be Barcode is the way the name is pronounced, but we'll see how that goes there. Blizzkill already looking for that first entry. CU Ravens Black do take the initial progression on the point. The punch comes in right away from Blizzkill. No kill yet, so he's forced to kite out. Bubble's already committed. Smexy looking for that final blow, but meanwhile, it is actually the Reaper who gets out first, and initially, Carleton are looking a little bit worse for wear as 2 kills come through. Blizzkill taking full control of the point here, and it's looking pretty good for Blizzkill to take that first capture.
Yeah, Smexy Max finds himself out of position there after punching too deep into the enemy team. And right now it looks like, this stalled out fight, there is no way Ravens are getting this point.
Right. I mean, at this point in time, a stall doesn't actually matter. The point hasn't been captured. You're just wasting all percentage. But what are your expectations heading into fight number 2? What can Blizzkill do to kind of hold this one out continuing forward?
They're going to have to play very well because they do not have a Lucio to actually counter the Sigma ultimate coming out from Red. Although Red isn't building it that quickly, they should be looking for it to come online maybe at the end of this fight or at the beginning of the third fight.
All right, here comes that engagement. Keep an eye on Turbo as he's got that Earthshatter punch comes in. No final blow. Uppercut right back out. Here comes Turbo with that Earthshatter looking for that shield. Lays it down, catches them all. Pins comes through. Sakinas is down combined with 2 more ultimates from Blizzkill. The Coalescence as well as the Death Blossom, and they will close out that fight as well they should.
Wow, that was quite the play by Turbo, taking advantage of the static Orisa shields, and I guess the repositioning on the Sigma shield just didn't come through in time.
Yeah, it's a good rotation there from Blizzkill, right? They saw that there was no shielding available for the tanks to come through, and Turbo with a great shatter lays it down. And now here, I think from Blizzkill, they got to come up with a setup. Here's that, looks for that first kill, punch comes in, no kill yet, Supercharger comes out. And here comes that the Meteor Strike. No dice there. Smexy gets the first blow, actually. Looking for the first punch through, gets it, gets the final blow on Kishira. Here comes that Meteor Strike into the Graviton Surge, gets Electromag right after, finds the final blow, and Lighthouse has turned. Couple of kills contrary, the only one left alive here, it looks like. One more actually contesting on point. They do need to get rid of this Reaper post-haste. Fartboy actually going to come out on top. What a name that is. And it looks like CU Ravens Black will actually turn the point over in their favor. Not a moment too soon, 79% on that point for Blizzkill.
That's one thing to note also about the about Blizzkill's comp is that they do have no, besides the rocket punch, like no hard way to shut down the opposing Doomfist, where normally you would have a Sigma to use the rock to stun the Doomfist and prevent him from getting a lot of value, but Smexy was just able to run wild in that fight.
Fartboy looking for that Death Blossom, comes in over the top, finds one. Yes, he does. Gets a second. Breaks out. It's going to be enough for CU Ravens Black. It looks like no. But Kashir comes back in with the double kill, with the Coalescence. Can there be any more value? Contra comes in with 2. Death Blossom right back after, and this is looking dangerous for CU Ravens Black. So close to losing this. Contra coming with another 2 more final blows, and Blizzkill holding it out. It's going to be a really tough place now for CU Ravens Black to come back in and retake this round.
Yeah, especially they have to be aware of that shatter again. Yeah, they do not want to be caught off guard like that, especially when they have so many ultimates online. A good shatter could be game-ending.
And it's going to come down now. Can Blizzkill get that first final blow to sort of set this in their favor? 94% and counting. They do need someone to touch point here. There's that Sound Barrier punch. Finds Red, but it's too little there. Sound Barrier's there. Coalescence with the Supercharger, and this will most likely be CU Ravens Black taking it back. The Resurrect comes through, but it is not going to be enough. Turbo, not even a final blow available to him as he's taken down. Team kill gone, but not a moment too soon. Overtime is in effect. So 99% here for Blizzkill. One fight remaining. Carleton Ravens, they had to see Ravens Black. They had to use a ton to get that fight back.
Yeah, the Supercharger and the Coalescence, a very famous combo, extremely high DPS, great sustain. But they do have to worry about this Graviton coming online from Electromag right now.
Who are you looking for here for Carleton to get that first pick off?
I mean, it has to be Smexy without the Sigma stun coming in. Although he does miss his punch.
Yeah, Turbo gets taken down. Oh, this is looking a little bit dangerous for CU Ravens Black here as the Resurrect does come through. Here comes the Gravitic Flux from Red. Does get stunned though. Turbo, meanwhile, taken down. Blizzkill looking for their Doomfist to kind of find value, but punches out. No value gained there. Fartboy comes in with the Death Blossom, finds one. Will get the two, gets the second one right off there, and it's just the Reaper versus the world. Zarya with the Coalescence coming in right after Becca, trying to find that final blow. Stays alive. Electromag, great. It looked close for a moment, but Fartboy brings it all the way back.
What a clutch by Fartboy, honestly. I don't know if they're even going to be able to... Yeah, they
it's going to be Turbo. It's going to have to be Turbo here. Does he have the charge? Oh no, they're going to bring the Reaper. Contra gets punched, taken down. Excellent work by Smexy. Comes back in. Turbo actually gets to point, but it might not be enough. The punch just whiffs on the Mercy. Kalia actually getting up in the air. Meteor Strike comes up, comes down. No kills there. Sakinez gets stunned with the Shatter. As looking for the final. Fartboy is actually the one staying alive. Sound Barrier in time. And this is actually looking pretty good for Carleton. There's CU Ravens Black. What was once a round that should not have really been theirs, they bring it back, 99 to 99. Meteor Strike comes up again, nothing there. Shield up in time as Bellic is back on the Reinhardt, and he Death Blossoms off the point. Contra unable to find the final blows there. And Carleton in a desperation play, 100 to 99, they take round one.
I mean, unless he had found like 3 or 4 kills there, it really wasn't winnable.
That's true.
In all, yeah, desperation attempt, but yeah, quite the clutch and comeback by Carleton.
Yeah, flashy plays indeed all over. But we are headed now to map number 2, and it's our, you know, I'll say favorite, but there's quotation marks around the word favorite because we're headed to Well, and this map is notorious for its map hazard.
Yeah, be expecting very, very many boops coming out here from Pharos on both sides, I would assume. I wonder.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
We're seeing a Roadhog actually here initially from Turbo from Blizzkill. So yeah, they're just switching up all the way actually. They're moving closer to a very standard comp actually. Carleton, you know, still running the very standard composition, the CU Ravens Black, as they come all the way through. Blizzkill in the air. I'm gonna have to find out how to say that name at some point because that's quite the tag. As the Fire Rockets rain down, getting a ton of spam in. 16%. The Concussive Blast comes in, but the Fortify is out in time from Bellic. Great shields actually from Red overhead with the Sigma, but the Reaper comes in the backline. No one sees him. Bellic actually gets taken down. Contra wraiths away safe. The Resurrect is there, but Contra comes in with a kill on Becca, and no big deal there for Blizzkill as they are in control. Though Smexy and Sakinez come out on top. This is going to be really close here with no tank presence, however. Excellent rocket. But with no tank presence here for... Okay, wow. Fartboy has been lighting it up at the last moment. It should still be. I will get my actual point out here. With no tank presence on the point, this is going to be really tough for CU Ravens Black.
Yeah, just the denial of the Reaper. He was able to get in for free. Red was focused on shutting down the spam from the Pharah, but neglected to, shut down the Reaper with his, rock.
So, one thing to highlight here is Sakinez and Kekushira, is the difference in ult charge. You've got a fully ultimate charge versus 60%, so this is going to be pretty close. Coalescence is probably a big deal here in this next fight. Red here on the flank, and you can kind of see the Pharah continue to rain damage down. They need to start getting in here, stop taking spam from the Pharah. Hook, looks like it is on the flank here. Yeah, you see the Reaper there, but he gets punched, forced to Wraith away. Smexy comes in, does it get the kill? It does. Okay, a little bit close there, but overall does get it through. And now Carleton does have the advantage. Here comes that Coalescence. Turbo taken well out of the front line there. And it's now just Smexy versus the world, it looks like. That's actually not true at all. His entire team is there with him. But it's unfortunately for the Pharah versus the world, and unfortunately the world is against him. So it's going to be a reset now for Blizzkill. This is a lot closer, I think, in terms of the flip over. Carleton did take it at 48%.
Yeah, Carleton was winning that fight there for a long time, but they're going to need to keep this momentum rolling into the next few fights. And against, like pretty much 5 ults on the board for, Blizzkill, this is going to be a pretty tough hold.
Yep. Contra wraiths in. Looks like with a, yep, uses the Wraith Walk to get in the back line, has the teleport available, looking for that Death Blossom, I'm assuming. Here comes that Coalescence from Blizzkill, but overhead comes Smexy, looks for the uppercut, doesn't find a kill, but does not matter. Farboy from the back with the barrage. Traded right back and forth. Contra, oh my. With the Death Blossom, this should be Blizzkill coming right back out on top. They dumped a ton of ultimates in for that.
Yeah, just massive value coming out of Blizzkill's ultimates. Yeah, the mirrored barrages got equivalent value, but in the end, the Reaper ult just, yeah.
It must be said, though, that Blizzkill actually used more ultimates. They did get the whole hog out as well. So we can see here, CB Ravens Black does have actually more efficient economy. So Maximex does go down, so it's going to be a soft reset here for CU Ravens Black as Bellic. Contra getting a little aggressive there, a little excited. Finds himself at the business end of the cannon of Orisa. You're going to see a soft engage here from CU Ravens Black. Supercharger out. Oh, what a great concussive blast. Finds one, and then Sakins goes down as well. CU Ravens Black here now. They have to fully reset here.
Yeah, as you mentioned before the Maplathon, those environmental kills are quite the pain in the backside.
Oh, they have to be kind of careful here, CU Ravens, because the 92%, they don't have a ton of time left. This is going to be really close. Concussive blast here from
Farboy.
It is going to have to be Farboy. Does start the overtime. The hook comes in seconds, but he stays alive. Oh, that is going to be very dangerous here, actually, as he does have the Coalescence. Punch comes in. He finds the Reaper. That's the first pick they need off to try and turn this one around.
Red coming in with Gravitic Flux.
As well. This could be big. They have to be careful here from the far. They don't want to let the barrage find value. Punch comes in. Farboy looking for the final blows. Turbo does go down. If I am Blizzkill here, you have to soft reset. You're down too many players here. You can see them. Yeah, this is gonna be a reset now. Smexy forced to use the Meteor Strike to stay alive. But unfortunately goes down to the very end. It is a close fight, though, and this is going to now come down to, I think, heading into this next fight, Sisith, what are your expectations?
I mean, again, we have the mirrored barrages, but the big thing I'm looking out for is the unmirrored Gravitic Flux from Red. And there's no Lucio beat on the other side to counter it, so assuming maybe he gets the Orisa when she doesn't have her gold, this could be big. Great
initial concussive blast. Oh, the single direct here from Blizzkill. Not looking to find that second blow. Does he get it? No, he doesn't. Coalescence out from Kikashira does not find enough value. The poor Mercy falls below the map. Does she get killed? Yeah, she does. CU rate. Oh, Red. Red, unfortunately, you actually did have your Kinetic Grasp online. It's unfortunate. You hate to see that. But now it looks like this should flip over in favor of Blizzkill at the very end. Contra actually almost dying there. Smexy staying alive for the moment. Does actually keep the fight contested just a little bit longer. 90%. Who's the next one to touch? It is going to be Bellic on the Wrecking Ball here. Blizzkill looking for these final blows. Tries to hit the Rockets. Doesn't find it. In fact, Farboy just completely ignoring the far on his tail. Probably a mistake, but he does go down. Here comes that Gravitic Flux. Does not find the final blow that Red is looking for. There is that Wraith. The Kinetic Grasp. The Rock not finding any of the accretion, not enough. And Carleton are looking the worst for wear here. No final blows yet, but Blizzkill are in an advantage. Great boot coming in from Sakines. They're going to try and find the next one, but Red needs to get these final blows. They're not happening, Sissa. And this is looking
uncontested.
Reaper completely uncontested. This is looking very good for Blizzkill at the very end here.
Yeah, this is a very, very scrappy fight if I've ever seen one.
Great res. Wow. Somehow Contra dies too. This is not over yet. Close. It's very, very close. Bellic staying alive. Gets the knock up there from the pile driver. As CU Ravens Black are fighting to bring this one back from the brink, but this will be it as the barrage comes in. They're forced off the point. Overtime ticks away Blizzkill. They tie us up 1-1 here, but we have a series on our hands, Sisseth.
This is a very close map, yeah. Barcode, yeah. The far is going back and forth. Some very good direct rockets being landed by, especially Barcode.
All right, we get a quick replay here of that final fight. Farboy going down, Blizzkill looking to close it out. They do just that, as we kind of highlighted.
Wow.
Really, really close there. And CU Ravens Black find themselves tied up 1-1 here. We are headed to Ruins now. And as we are back in map, we can see that Blizzkill actually electing for closer to that standard play. Closer, I say. They still have the Ashe.
You're going with the farmers.
And they do switch to the Pharah. Okay, so interesting.
Interesting that, throughout this map so far, they have not opted for that Lucio pick. Instead, opting to go farmers.
Pharah, almost entirely, yeah.
The whole time. It makes me wonder if they're going to be able to, later in the series flex to that Lucio, or if they're completely reliant on this Pharmacy play.
Yep. In early kinetic grasp there from Turbo. And that could open things up for Fartboy here on the Reaper. You can kind of see already Contra in the backline, but this time he's looked at almost immediately, taken down beyond. And if Blizzkill kind of doesn't find their initial value with this Pharah, they could be at the danger of losing this first fight. A scrap on the point. Smexi's coming in hot, and Blizzkill are down a man, down two. Pharah is out of the air. Eventually, Blizzkill, they'll have to get this one up. A very early coalescence here from Becca on CU Ravens Black.
Yeah, very impressive, adapting to the playstyle of the enemy Reaper. Yeah, last few points, they haven't really been shutting down the Reaper that much, but this time immediately recognizing the teleport into their backline and shutting it down appropriately.
Oh, well, not that time they don't. Contra comes in. This opens it up for Blizzkill. Now, Carleton, the CU Ravens Black, they do need to go very aggressively with actually choosing to back up. They have no ultimates, it must be said. They have nothing at all, and so Blizzkill will looking to perhaps turn this one out without any more. Ooh, unlucky gust. I think he was looking to go in for the barrage. This is buying time for Fartboy to get back. Blizzkill needs to go now. Here comes that barrage over the top. Red gets taken down. Tanks are gone, and this will be a very clean turnaround here for for Blizzkill as they bring it. Fartboy stalling out for a little while, but it's not going to be enough.
Yeah, very large value off that barrage. Although, yeah, Carleton does have a Doomfist ultimate coming up. Possibly a Orisa combo with the Doomfist ultimate could be very big for Ravens. Yeah.
Yep. One thing we talked about when this meta is one of the most important abilities is the halt. It is honestly stronger than a lot of ultimate abilities in this particular meta, right? So we can expect that to come through. But, you know, Becca already building up towards that next Coalescence. Kagashira also has theirs, so we will see if that does come through. Here comes that Coalescence from Blizzkill. No kills yet. Kagashira gets getting so low. Sound barrier already used. Very early. Turbo taking out. Oh, the Gravitic Flux was committed.
Interesting. The Coalescence not committed by Becca on the side of Ravens.
I think at that point in time, they used the Sound Barrier and the Meteor Strike, and they weren't getting any value from it, but they already pulled out 5 ultimates from Blizzkill, right? They used the Gravitic Flux, the Supercharger, different game entirely, the Death Blossom, Barrage, and Coalescence. So only the Mercy ultimate going to be available here for Blizzkill. You can see the hard engage here from CU Ravens Black. Supercharger as well. There's that first kill. Looking for more. They do get it, and that'll be it for this fight. CU Ravens Black, they take it right back.
Yeah, the Supercharger comboed with the Coalescence is, quite the formidable combo. Really, that DPS is insane. If you have decent tracking, you can just honestly melt pretty much any hero other than Orisa using her Fortify ability. Yeah,
right. And I think another thing to note is that not only did Carleton win that, they won it so cleanly that Blizzkill didn't build any ultimates. So this next fight is going to be really interesting for CU Ravens. Oh, Contra. I think they're caught on to his little trick now. All right. CU Ravens Black. There's that Death Blossom. Oh, the rock comes in, but the damage is already done. So CU Ravens Black, they're going to just kite back a little bit. Kalia goes down, and a Pharah without a pocket is basically dead.
Yeah, very true. Although there is no real consistent range damage, they just don't have enough healing to do anything.
They're turning this one back around. The Coalescence coupled with a Barrage, actually finding a ton of value. Carleton getting a little too aggressive, I think, there. They didn't really see the fight go. They did not really read the fight, and as a result, they did take it down. Again, though, they did force out a couple ultimates from from Blizzkill. So Carleton coming back in. They will have, 4 ultimates coming online. They will be missing off, obviously, the Death Blossom and the Supercharger, but it's going to be basically the Gravitic Flux and the Valkyrie versus 4 ultimates from Carleton. We're going to see how that engages. Becca 271 already has her Coalescence online.
Sakinas needs to build this beat very quick.
It does. That's a good start. It's a good start. Electromag taken out. Becca 271 gets taken down, but not before 2 kills go their way. Overtime ticking. Oh, but Pharah in the air actually comes in as Fartboy unable to get past the kinetic grasp. The rock comes in. Accretion. The barrage. Great kill. Actually only takes out Bellic. And this now with a Resurrect, that's an ambitious Resurrect. Does take it off in time though. Smexy, there's that beat coming right back in. They need to start getting rid of some of the players on the point here. This is last fight for both teams. We are 99-99. There comes the accretion, comes out, no final blows yet. The stall picks are in. Sea Ravens Black lose the first player. Becca down, no healing available for Blizzkill, but Contra taken out right back after. This is back and forth. Smexy comes in right back in. Fartboy needs to be a hero here if they want to continue. Healers down for the red team. Sea Ravens looking close. There comes the barrage from Blizzkill, but it's not enough. Pellic takes them out at the very end, and Carleton, Sea Ravens Black takes map number 1. Ilios is theirs, 1-0 in the series.
Yeah, Fartboy coming in clutch on that end. Yeah, 2-tapping the enemy Reaper, preventing that value from the Reaper in that extended brawl on the point.
Unfortunately for Blizzkill, they don't get map number 1, but they do get a small consolation prize, the play of the game here, coming to Contra here on this first stage, actually, where they had the Earth Shatter and then the Reaper Ultimate, the Death Blossom combined. So I believe the Supercharger as well. So a ton of things, the Meteor Strike. So a ton of things combined there, and Blizzkill take that fight. But again, as we said, Sea Ravens Black is in fact the first winner here. So map number 1 does go to them. Map number 2 is going to be loser's pick. So Blizzkill, obviously having dropped that first map, get to pick. It is going to be hybrid. So we do know that, and as such, so expectations are, loser will pick from that map type. And, I guess that's a good time to mention. We saw Control. Control has been described as the great equalizer, I think, is probably the fairest way of saying it, where strange things can happen. Good teams can be beaten by, teams that are not nearly as strong because of how chaotically it plays. The same cannot be said for Escort, for Hybrid.
Yeah, this will be very interesting, rolling into this map. As I mentioned earlier, the seeing if the Pharah pick will, be continued, because they have been, pretty impressive on that Pharah. They've been playing Carleton Ravens very close.
Yeah.
But if they're forced off that pick, we haven't seen that much of their Lucio play yet.
Yeah.
Yeah, to see how they play if they do decide to go with a meta composition.
And I think that does bring to mind an interesting point, is that Carleton hasn't actually played the counter Pharah. Right? They've been playing the ground war. They've ignored the Pharah mostly, except on Will. Well, obviously where they ran the double Pharah, or where the Pharah free Pharah. We're obviously seeing a couple of replays here from the last round. Blizzkill coming over the top, and that's that Pharah we mentioned before. But so I think one thing is interesting is the different stylistic aspects of it, where Carleton is, or Sea Ravens Black rather, is playing a very counter ground war. Right? They're playing against the tanks. They're like, all right, we know you have a Pharah Mercy. We won't even fight them. We'll just win the fight out beforehand, and then after that, what's the Pharah Mercy going to do against 6 players, right?
Yeah. In this meta composition that Carleton's playing right now, I don't know if you can exactly define it as meta. It's been shifting quite a bit.
Right, it has been shifting a little bit, yeah.
Away from Doomfist.
Yeah.
But, they have, evidently, as they did win this first map, they've been able to successfully engage. And sometimes they've been beaten out by the Pharah in the sky, but for the most part, the strategy has been effective. Main force. Right,
so we are looking at our second map here. It looks like King's Row, everyone's favorite. The nickname for it is Scrim's Row, as everyone does go to it eventually in a scrim block. It is one of those moments that it's interesting because I think compositionally we can say that Double Shield is still very strong here.
Of course, yeah. I don't know if there is any map on the game where Double Shield
that is actually true, yes.
Is not strong? Yeah. Although they did favor the Rein Zarya.
They did favor the Rein Zarya, so that is actually a great point to make, because King's Row, historically, Rein Zarya Haven.
Yeah.
So. And we are back in here, so you can kind of get a look at what we're going to have. We're going to be heading into map very shortly, just waiting for the players to ready up, and so looking for that. So actually, immediately as I say it, this is like the opposite of a caster curse. Caster blessing? I don't think that's a thing. But we're already into the map as we head forward.
Interestingly enough, if they do decide to go Rein Zarya, I hope they'll run a Lucio with it.
Yeah, Rein Zarya without a Lucio is kind of just sad times.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Looking forward to that. We have Carleton here on the defense first. Obviously, as they won the last map, it was up to they get to pick which side they go to, right? So they chose the defense, it looks like, and so pretty fair expectation here, I think, is that double shield from Sea Ravens Black.
Yeah. Maybe they're getting cocky, hoping for a full hold, make this one quick.
I don't think that's going to happen. The first map showed that it was a very tightly contested. We had 100 to 90 minimum across all 3 maps. So it was a very, very close. I think, actually, You know, when Sea Ravens Black won them, it was 199, and then when Blizzkill won their match, or their stage, it was 190. So very, very close situation there. We are going to head into King's Row. Thank you, Athena. Ready for battle indeed. And Sea Ravens Black, horror of horrors, surprise of surprises. They are running the standard double shield. I think what's more interesting here is we can talk about the defense in a moment, but obviously when we talk about attackers, it's very tough because they haven't set up yet, and they can always bait us. But if they do run this is a composition that can find value.
Yeah, especially, if they have good sightlines on the point and just send the Orisa to the point while keeping the Sigma with the Bastion.
Exactly.
Do some.
You and I actually had a chance to go to the Overwatch League Grand Finals in Philadelphia, where San Francisco Shock versus Vancouver Titans, and we didn't see King's Row there. We saw Eichenwald, but we saw a ton of Bastion play there as well. And so, clearly clearly a character that is very strong. They are actually electing to go on it here. Look for that first teleporter to be the actual initial setup to get your Bastion in position. The high ground, but he drops off, and you actually can't play aggressively now. They have to wait. You can see Carleton immediately kiting, trying to hide behind Hotel here. Looking for that first play.
Yeah, since Carleton has that Lucio, they can't set up that effectively on the low ground because they could just get rushed.
Yeah, you can see immediately they run past the shield, but the lamp is out in time. The immortality field. Oh, Sakin is a little aggressive, and that's it. Okay, as much as you would like to say speed is good, perhaps don't run directly to the sight lot of a Bastion and a Symmetra.
Put the cart a little bit ahead of the horse.
I don't think they even had the horse, to be honest with you.
Well, they are on Orisa, yeah.
Well, I mean, in the sense that the Orisa wasn't in the same vicinity. All right, but now speaking of cart and horses, we do have the payload unlocked. And actually, the maze coming out now from Blizzkill, this is a really smart play, right? On escort maps, on like the payload aspect, Mei is so good at providing extra damage. I expect Sea Ravens Black to get off this Doomfist, actually.
Yeah, Doomfist does not do too much, running into a straight Bastion.
Oh, the lamp is too far forward. The lamp is too far forward, and as a result, the Bastion actually gets taken down. And this is now very dangerous as Contra. They're forced to burn the amplification matrix. Blizzkill are getting caught out here.
Interesting that amplification matrix came in on an angle where they can't really follow up.
Sakin has 96% from beat. Will he use it? Oh, it's late as Fartboy's actually taken down before the beat actually comes out here.
The wall blocks the sound barrier
nice
on
shot.
Smexy too, and he gets headshot by Barcode.
That is a really nice shot, actually. Great stall by Sea Ravens Black, but it is too little. And I think
that was a really great place to hold if Sea Ravens Black could make it work, but
it was close. It was very close. I think if Sakin had been a couple of seconds earlier on the sound barrier, they would have still had all 6 players and been able to recontest. I think Blizzkill, though, a great job in recognizing they still had advantage. And they said, yes, we're down 4 players, but we have the Bastion, we have the Amplification Matrix. That's a dangerous combo, right? That's a ton of damage coming through. And now Blizzkill, they're setting up here. The Blizzard is looking like a pretty strong combo here.
Yeah, this is going to be
They're not even checking their corners. Oh, no. Well, there comes out Blizzard. Immortality field out immediately. And, that's a very, very dead
Bastion doesn't really seem to be getting
much value, As Smexy actually in the backline has somehow found 2 kills with Fartboy coming all the way forward. He gets a 3K plus the supercharger. Wow. It's really close, and it's unfortunately for Blizzkill. That was looking very promising. They froze 2 players, got the final blows. Sea Ravens never say die.
Yeah, it looks like, Bastion set up there on the point. Maybe you need to be set up a bit farther back because the majority of the Ravens squad was just able to run past the Blizzard and dislodge the Bastion.
Yeah, despite Red going down, they still somehow, kited it out. Very smart there from Carleton. Contra now does have the configuration tank, which, as there goes the supercharger, a very aggressive supercharger from Bellic, and it's immediately taken down. You don't want to play it in line of sight of the opposing team, right? Because you can just take it down. Here comes the reset. Red does have this gravitic flux.
This could be very strong against, well, assuming Immortality Field doesn't get forced out,
Sakin has not elected to use the beat yet, as Coalescence comes in just to keep the team alive. Sea Ravens Black. Oh, there comes the gravitic flux. I'm not sure that that's the play as Red goes down. Immortality Field keeping Blizzkill alive. And this is looking like a point two unlock for Blizzkill as the Resurrect comes right back in. Yeah, it's just a die on cart. And Sea Ravens Black looking, well, the worse for wear.
Yeah, the immediate mirroring of the Gravitic Flux coming out didn't really read the situation exactly correctly, where his team was at quite a big disadvantage positionally.
Yeah, so that is unfortunate for Sea Ravens Black. Checkpoint unlocked. We are headed into the final stage of King's Row, but it must be said, this is one of the hardest points in the game to capture. So there comes that punch from Smexy. Stays alive despite staring down the barrel of the Bastion. And, you know, despite the threat of the Bastion, Sea Ravens has been showing so much disrespect, and it's actually been working out fairly well.
Interesting. Yeah, Blizzkill chooses to keep the Bastion on the card, where he's so vulnerable to this.
It is really interesting. Sea Ravens Black, even though the Valkyrie is active, is just going all the way into the spawn here to take these stragglers down. Turbo is going to be eliminated, and that is a Valkyrie that it finds no value.
Yeah, they don't take no for an answer. Yeah, they're giving them all this like availability. Yeah, this is what their comp excels at, the Carleton Ravens, is they can just go in and punish them with Bastion like right on the card. This is what they're built for, the close range brawl.
Here comes that halt. Fartboy with a teleport into the back line, gets headshot, so has to Wraith away. Stays alive for the moment. Here comes that Blizzard. Oh, the Amplification Matrix right after. Great Immortality Field, actually saving a ton of players on Blizzkill. And the sheer damage throughput for Blizzkill means that Sea Ravens Black is forced to recall themselves just a bit. Fartboy does have this Death Blossom. They're waiting for the moment when they reset his 6, because here it comes. No, oh, they do spot him out, so he can't go in. They know he has Death Blossom now. They do. Yeah, here comes the Accretion. Does not get the stun. There's the Immortality Field as well. Death Blossom finds the Bastion. Oh, what a Wraith. Stays alive, and they get the blow. Sackness does go down, but it's too little too late.
They should chase these kills.
They are.
Yes.
They are chasing these kills, and they're going to find them. See Ravens Black. Oh, that's a stagger. You know, late kill there on Turbo. Great work. Contra switching over to the Sombra. That is unexpected.
Very interesting. I mean, that could do possibly.
Good against the Doomfist.
Yeah, just waiting for the Doomfist to dive into your backline and then hack him. It's basically a free kill. Smexy has been playing very aggressively.
Very aggressively, yes.
Yeah. He might change up his playstyle, though.
I don't think they've scattered out this Reaper. Oh, no! Oh, you hate to see it. Yeah, you hate to see it. Meanwhile, Carleton, we apologize for yelling like that. That was a little... Oh, that was very unfortunate. You do hate to see that.
You know, sometimes you gotta itch your back or something. Yeah.
Yep. True.
Sneeze, maybe. Yeah.
You know, sometimes the mouse gremlins just turn your mouse off. But I think they'll check their corners just a little bit more after that one. Smexy. And they're getting off the Sombra too. So now Contra back to the Reaper. And Ultimate's looking pretty good. We've got Turbo with the Gravitic Flux, but the Supercharger already stalling them out. They can't go in. Oh, Smexy dodges the Accretion. He's going in. He doesn't care.
The halt doesn't come in.
Halt not there, but Sound Barrier's there in time to save everyone from Turbo's Gravitic Flux.
This is the strength of Lucio. They can just shut down that Flux completely. The Mail does find a lot of value, though.
A ton of value.
Wow.
Wow, the flicks. Blizzkill looking strong here to close it out, but they're not going to capture with time remaining. If they do capture, again, all the ultimates had to be dumped there from Blizzkill. So Carleton, the Sea Ravens Black, they're walking out in the last fight, and they've got room to spare. Coalescence, they've got the Sound Barrier, sorry, the Gravitic Flux right out right away. Catches most of the team. They land down, coupled with the Death Blossom. That's 4, 5, and Contra the last. It will be 6. Overtime ticks away. Sea Ravens Black, they hold just shy of that 3rd point.
Blizzkill being punished very harshly for not running that Lucio.
Yes.
The Mercy may be playing well individually, but if
sometimes it's as simple as you just don't have the right heroes.
Yeah, that Flux, there was literally nothing they could do. They have to stay on the point. Maybe.
Credit to Bellic, though. Did hit a great halt to bring everyone into the point. It has to be said as well, it is overtime. You do need to stay on the payload. And Gravitic Flux does have, the Gravitic Flux 9, as it's called, where you bring everyone up the cart and overtime ticks away. The likelihood of them able to actually win that fight out with such a disadvantaged ultimates was pretty low. But you're right. Without the sound barrier, it does make it much, much more difficult here for the team in, Red in this case, as they set up their defense now. So we do have a win condition set in this particular map. Actually, match. If the Sea Ravens Black gets the golden box of victory at the end of the map, just shy of that 3rd point, the match is over.
Yeah, best of 2.
First of two, best of 3, first of 2. Well, we say best of 3, but because Overwatch can have ties, we do see, obviously on this map type, actually, then you can sometimes just discard the map and go to the next one, so you have a best of 3 with a 4th map, right? So we do have first of 2. But it's not over yet, because Sea Ravens Black, we said this on Ilios, but I think it bears repeating here. They have not necessarily been the best team overall. They've just had certain fights where they just gently overtake the Blizzkill and put themselves in advantage. This could be very, very close.
Yeah, very close attack round for Blizzkill.
Oh, the J Silly makes an appearance.
Scouting Widow from Smexy. Probably not going to find
he scouts the shield. He scouts the shield. They do, in fact, have multiple shields, which I cannot shoot through. And the swap comes right back to the Doomfist. Interestingly, the DPS player plays Doomfist as well as Widowmaker. Not something you usually see.
Very flexible guy.
Oh, they rotate, throw it down, finds the Mercy, the first pickoff!
Wow.
And this is looking very poor for our team in red. Speaking of red, gets hit with the accretion. The Braiders one back. The DPS have not been taken down yet, and so it's now just Smexy and red versus the world. The punch comes in. Smexy doing his best to bring us back. The punch right back in. It's Smexy, the hero of the hour. The Coalescence there just in celebration for a kill. Please, our poor viewers' eyes. Just a small, little PSA for you players out there. If you do that, you will not be observed.
Yeah, that visual clutter is quite something.
Yeah,
but
we get it. You have a DPI button.
Wow, yeah, what a crazy comeback by Smexy there. Contra tried to counter with a few great picks of his own, but not enough. He gets very aggressive here, but...
Yeah, very, very aggressive. It's not going to mean a whole lot. They do actually have the Resurrect available, and Contra did die inside his team. So the expectation is that they should be able to resurrect him. Though with Carleton playing this aggressively, that may not be the case. In fact, he has respawned now, so he will have to walk back to his team. Sea Ravens Black looking for that entry point. Turbo does have the Gravitic Flux well ahead of the Supercharger, or Sound Barrier rather. Make sure with the Coalescence, Smexy dodges it accidentally both times. Meanwhile, Becca with hers, not finding any final blows. There's Turbo's Gravitic Flux comes in. The Sound Barrier's in time. Built it very quickly, the last 40%. And now Sea Ravens Black are looking very strong here. Contra. Sakana says hello. Takes him down. Riptire out now. This is going to only find Sakana's actually, who somehow was in the back line. That might actually be a saving grace for Sea Ravens Black, because now they can just go in. Farboy nearly does have his Death Blossom, 95% and counting. Smexy as well, forced using Meter Strike in the air. Will the halt be there? You're absolutely correct. It is there in time. Does it find the final blows? Very close to doing so, but Smexy gets hit with the accretion, gets out in time. Belek Supercharger taken out. Farboy trying to stay alive as best he can. Here comes that Death Blossom. It's good enough, coupled with the Supercharger and the Coalescence. And Blizzkill will hold for the moment. Actually, I say Supercharger, Coalescence, and the Valkyrie.
Yeah, very good Fortify usage from Electromag there to deny the follow-up on the Meteor Strike from Smexy.
Yep.
Where, yeah, and then he just found himself in no man's
land. Yeah. And hit with the accretion after that, too. It's very dangerous to your Doomfist to be stationary, as he found out, as Smexy found out. Now, here's the big thing, right? When you come to this next fight, look at the ults that Carleton has, and look at the ultimates that Blizzkill have. It's not particularly close.
Yeah. It's going to be very tough for Blizzkill to hold this with only the Junkrat tire.
Oh, no, they don't see him. They don't see him. Here's that Death Blossom. It finds two. Will it get more? It does. It finds two more, and though Electromag gets one, it is too little too late. Carleton, they use the Coalescence and the Death Blossom, and that will unlock point 2. Point 3, 4.5 minutes remaining. That golden box of victory just in the distance, and you can see Sea Ravens Black pushing up very aggressively. They want to keep the momentum going.
Wow. What can you say to that? Yeah, what an amazing, Death Blossom. I mean, yeah, Turbo maybe should have been playing a little bit more with his team. maybe tracking that ult's going to come in, have the rock available for it, but all credit to Fartboy. That was pretty awesome.
Riptire over the top. He dodges, he dances, he finds two, and that will be a stabilization here from Blizzkill, one they desperately needed. A reset comes in for CU Ravens Black, and Blizzkill, indeed, you hear Junkrat there say, tick-tock, tick-tock. The time is ticking, and Blizzkill, they have a lot of time to kill. That's one ultimate used. That is what they need. They're going to need a lot of one fights with just those very few ultimates. That's a good start.
Yeah, I was a little skeptical of the Junkrat pick coming in here. It is pretty weak to Doomfist, but he has been getting a lot of value with those tires.
Early Gravitic Flux. No final blows found. Smexy take no halt. And even though one does go down, it's not enough. See Ravens Black a little overeager, and Blizzkill plays that to perfection. Turbo with the counter Gravitic Flux, and that has been honestly the game plan for Blizzkill. It's worked out for them.
Yeah, countering those ultimates, I mean, if they can follow up properly, where, yeah, even if they don't have the sound barrier, if they can protect themselves enough while following up on their own Gravitic Flux, they can make it work.
Yeah, much of those, like those of you who are familiar with GOATs, where you would counter grab to prevent back play, right? But that being said, Becca comes in with the Coalescence. No final blows yet. Smexy in the trouble. Sakinas actually gets taken down via a Junkrat in the middle of nowhere, quite honestly. And now see you. Oh, again, Smexy coming in hard with the Doomfist. No final blows. The Riptire aggressively. That is a dangerous proposition indeed. And the Resurrect does come through, but in that time, even though that Mercy was in Valkyrie, it's taken out. The Junkrat very low HP at the top. Sakina's going for the kill. Gets backside his team. And now Fartboy's looking for the teleport into the Death Blossom. Comes in the back line. Will he find one? He does. He finds two. Will he get the third? Remember, the cart has so very close to get there. There's a kill on the Supercharger as well as the Orisa. And it is going to be lights out last fight. 2 minutes remaining here. Coalescence Contra, the hero so far. Will it be enough? Fartboy doing his best in the back line as well. Contra goes down, and CU Ravens Black. This is looking so good for them. Can any contest comes in? It is the last-ditch effort. There is the Wrecking Ball. Fartboy looking for those final blows. They need them now. Turbo gets it, but the sound barrier's there in time. The Gravitic Flux will find no value. Turbo stays alive just barely. And CU Ravens Black, it's not over yet, but it's looking very close to it. Meteor Strike comes in. Over the top, just the Wrecking Ball on point. The Supercharger again, and that looks like it will be at CU Ravens Black. They get the team kill, they get the round win. Kings Row is theirs, and so is the match.
On that third point, I would say, yeah, that's a story of two fluxes there. One where the opposing team has a Lucio, and the other one where the team just gets wiped.
Yep. Back-to-back plays the game for Contra, but it is not enough to get them the win. And Blizzkill, they do drop from our top bracket to the lower bracket. They're not out yet. We do have a double elimination bracket here. But Carleton, they stay alive for another day. They do go to round number 2 in the winner's bracket and get to play again at the top end. So no losses there. Carleton with a 2-0, and I have to say, this was a hotly contested series.
Yeah, very close. Very interesting hero picks coming out from Blizzkill, while Ravens Black stick mainly to the meta, and I guess, yeah, they showed some of the value of staying. I
was really impressed with Smexy, with the Smexy Max. I have to say, the Doomfist finding a ton of value. We saw Kings Row there, first point on their attack. It was him and Red, I believe, on the Sigma, who were finding a ton of value. It helped them unlock the point, and if they had lost that fight, we were looking quite potentially at a map number 3.
Yeah, but able to go in there, and even though Contra was finding some picks there, I think he got 2 on the first point there, but Smexy able to come back, I think with 4.
Yeah.
Yeah, uncontested Doomfist is, even though it has fallen a bit out of the meta lately, it is still very scary.
Well, that is match number 1 of our Capital Click tournament here for Overwatch today. The next match is actually going to be really interesting. See Ravens Black, they stay on stream, and they get to meet up with their counterparts, also from Carleton, the Carleton Ravens, the varsity squad for Carleton itself in Overwatch. And this is going to be really interesting. Carleton Ravens were a top 8 team last year in collegiate play. Fairly high in Open Division as well, so they've had some experience around in competitive Overwatch, and this should be, shall we say, a real interesting matchup.
I mean, what can I say? Yeah, This is going to be, yeah, very interesting. There's maybe a bit of rivalry going
Yeah,
on
maybe.
between-
I think for CU Ravens Black, we'll see how it goes. But I know that CU Ravens Black has actually learned from the varsity squad. You know, watching the scrum blocks, talking to some of the players that are on varsity, get some insight into how the game is played. So it should be very interesting to see how that comes into the next map or the next match for them. But that is the Capital Click tournament for Overwatch here today. Don't go anywhere. Match number 2 coming up right after this.